Hey guys, I'm Steph and welcome back to my beauty stash. You know you're here on my channel if I'm doing my third foundation review no, this is gonna be my fourth or fifth foundation review like within the last week and a half. Oh my goodness. But you know what? I feel like 2020 really wasn't about the foundations. I don't think I tried too many new foundations in 2020. I really think 2021 gonna be the year of the foundation, perhaps the year of the concealer, and I am all for it. I think we have pretty much every eyeshadow palette, shade, color, texture under the sun, and I'm always good. I'm always up for trying a new foundation, new concealer, new powder, just new base products. And I've told you guys this before. I grew up with acne. I started wearing makeup in middle school just to cover up my acne, and it wasn't until I was like in my mid to late 20s when I got it under control. And now that I'm almost 40, I'm 38 and I'll be 39 in March. I think my acne has pretty much gone away. Every now and then I'll get a breakout, but oh well. Today we are going to be trying a brand new one from Clinique. This is, and I have the cap off on purpose. I'll tell you guys that in a minute, but this is their new, even better clinical serum foundation with SPF 25. This little beauty comes in 42 different shades. Thank you, Clinique. And it retails for $42 on the Ulta Beauty website. I have seen it on the Sephora website as well, and I am sure it is available at your local Clinique counter. I picked up the shade and I haven't even gone outside to swatch this. Guys, there is no reason for me to go outside. These last 3 days have been absolutely atrocious. It's been gloomy, rainy, dark. It's just been ugly day, and today looks like it's starting the same way. I am really hoping for some sun this afternoon so I can go outside and take the photos that I need to take. But the shade I picked up is, which shade is this? Oh, it's here on the box. I got the shade WN16 Buff, which is warm neutral 16 buff. It has been a hot minute since I don't wear a Clinique foundation. Since I don't use anything from Clinique, I think I might have one foundation in my stash, but to be honest, I could have discarded it already just because of its age, and it was just never one that I really reached for. It was one with the doe foot, and it was like foundation and concealer in one. But I used to use Clinique a lot back in the day. I grew up on Clinique. I grew up on Estee Lauder, Mary Kay, Lancome. I grew up on the things that were available at Dillard's and Macy's, and that had counters there in those stores. So even though I haven't used Clinique in a while, I'm still pretty familiar with the brand, and I know that they always keep coming out with different foundations, concealers, but then they hold on to those tried and true products that are just cult favorites that maybe you have used, your mom has used, your grandma has used, and that is something I can appreciate about a brand, when they really just hold tight to those holy grail products of theirs, and they just keep making them better and better. This is a brand new foundation to their line, and guys, really, it has been a while since I don't pick up a Clinique foundation. So I have pretty high hopes for this. This has a lot of nice claims to it, and I'm going to get into all of that in the detail section of the video. But we're going to be doing a 2-day, 10-hour wear test each day on this foundation. For today, I am going to wear it with just a full face of makeup. I actually have 2 other videos that I am going to be filming today. One is going to be a concealer dupe video, and the other is going to be the new Natasha Denona Love collection. So I have a pretty busy day scheduled, but you guys know I am always down for a new foundation review and wear test, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So let's jump into the deets about this new Clinique foundation. Really quick, for those of you who are unfamiliar with me and maybe it's your first time here on my channel, welcome. I am 38 years old. I have a normal to oily skin, and my major concerns are my large visible pores and the fine lines that are under my eye area. Makeup tends to cake up instantaneously on me right in this area, so I'll know if a product's going to work with my other products by this area right here. I don't have a lot of lines on my face, although I do have a smile line right in here where foundation always tends to settle on me. And the first place that makeup does show its signs of wear is all around here, like my mouth area and the corners of my nose. And the oiliest places on my face are my T-zone. So now that you know that little background information about myself, it's time to get into the details about this new Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation SPF 25. Then we're gonna do the application, and then of course, the wear test begins. If you guys wanna see this new one from Clinique in action, keep on watching. The new Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation with broad spectrum SPF 25 is the skin perfecting coverage of a foundation with the transforming power of a serum. This foundation visibly restores skin instantly and over time with good for skin ingredients like vitamin C, salicylic acid, hyaluronic acid, and also provides sun protection. Weightless, buildable, full coverage for a second skin satin finish. All right, guys, so today I am going to wear a full face of makeup with this new foundation, which is going to, of course, include primer, setting powder, spray, and all that stuff. For my primer, I'm going to be using one of my most recent finds and new favorite. This is from Glow Recipe, and this is their Watermelon Glow Dew Drops. Amazing product, guys. This is one of those multi-use products that you can use it as a primer. So under your makeup, you can use it on top of your makeup to give it a nice glow. You can wear it on its own. You can use it in the middle of your skincare routine before you apply like your moisturizer. This just gives my skin the most amazing, healthy glow. And for me, it just really makes the makeup look so smooth and flawless. At least that has been my experience with the last few foundations that I have worn it with. And there is a little bit of tackiness to it, which is exactly what you want if you're going to be applying foundation on top of it. So let's jump into this. I wanted to tell you really quick. So this is a cap that comes on the foundation, and I could not get it off. Like, this thing would not budge. So that's why I am not going to be like pressing it down, because I had a really difficult time removing the cap. So much so that I thought that this was a twist off, and I was like, my doe foot is broken. But no, it was this little cap that was preventing me from accessing the pump. So just FYI, this does come with a pump. It is not a doe foot. Do not try and twist it off from the bottom. Mine was just really hard to remove, and maybe yours might be the same. Maybe it might be different. Who knows? But I just needed to throw that out there. It did take me a little bit to remove that cap. Once again, this is the shade WN16 Buff, and I think it might be a little too dark for me right now, but that's okay. Summer is coming up, spring is coming up, and I'm sure I will be able to make this work. This is just my damp beauty blender, and I'll use a brush for this other side because I know some of you prefer that method of application. I am more a beauty blender type of girl. I just find that for me, it just applies the makeup a little bit better. I do know that sponges tend to absorb makeup more, so you actually use a little bit more of it. But I mean, to each their own, however you feel comfortable. I will say that it is a very pretty finish, and it's providing pretty good coverage right now. And usually you don't expect a lot of coverage from like a serum type of foundation just because it's more of a thin consistency, but this definitely has a little bit of weight to it. but wait in a good way to where it's going to be providing coverage. And I actually like this shade. Doesn't look too bad. Although probably in the sunlight, which I'm hoping we get some later today, you might be able to see that it's not an exact match. Now I am kind of just building it up in this area right here. And it seems to be building pretty well. I don't feel like I'm going to have to go in with a concealer on this area just to spot conceal. All right, so what do you guys think? I think it blended into the skin really, really nicely. It looks pretty good. I like the coverage of it. I like the finish of it as well. So let me pick up a makeup brush. All right, so now I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe foundation brush. And let's see how this buffs it into the skin. It's not really leaving any brush strokes either. So I guess either way, guys, that you feel like applying your foundation. I have a little bit left. So I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and just bounce over this side just to make sure that it is really seamless. All right, so this is the way the foundation looks. First impressions, I like the coverage. I don't mind the shade at all, even though I think it might be a smidge too dark. I like the finish. It's definitely more on the natural, like radiant type of finishes. It's laying really nicely on the skin. It looks really pretty, and I'm really excited for this. I have high hopes now for this one. I mean, and I did in the beginning, but you know, I wasn't sure what to expect. Sometimes with serum foundations, you just never know, especially on the coverage. But guys, I'm definitely not going to spot conceal at all. The only thing I am going to do as far as concealer goes is add a little bit of concealer to my under eye area, just because I am about to go into another video where I'm trying out a new concealer, comparing it to one of your favorites from Charlotte Tilbury. So I am not going to do that portion of my makeup during this video, but I did want to let you guys know that that is what I'm going to apply on my face. I'm also going to go in with the rest of my makeup because I am trying out the new Natasha Denona Love collection today, so I'm super excited for that. I think you guys will see that video before this one actually goes up, so I hope you checked it out. I hope you loved it. Leave me a comment down below what you thought about that video. But this is how the skin looks. We're going to give this a good 10-hour wear test today, so I will be back a little bit later, hopefully with a full face of makeup, if not partial face of makeup, and we'll do the first check-in of the day. You guys stay safe, have fun, and I will talk to y'all in a bit. All right, guys, this is the 5-hour check-in with the new Clinique Even Better Clinical SPF 25 Serum Foundation. And obviously, I've done the rest of my makeup already because my Natasha Denona Love collection arrived. So you all are going to see this before you see the foundation review. So hope you enjoyed that video. But this is what my skin is looking like. No issues. I think the skin looks really pretty. What did I add to it since the video? Well, I'm in the wear test of a dupe concealer. So I have 2 different concealers going on under my eye. I'm not going to give that one away, but I added just ever so slightly a little bit of concealer on my nose. And did I do any? No, I didn't do any on my forehead. I just did a little bit like right here. And that was it. And then I did go in with some setting powder, although not under my eye area. And the setting powder I used is the Nakia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Loose Finishing Powder. Really have been enjoying that one. And then I did use a little bit of Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And then once I got done with all of this makeup, I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Spray, or Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So this is how it looks. It feels good. I think it looks nice. I don't have any issues. I mean, it just seems to be laying really, really well on top of my skin, and it is playing nice with the rest of my makeup products. And guys, the sun did come out, so I'm gonna go outside and take a selfie so we can see if the shade kind of works for my skin tone or not. I think it looks okay indoors, but outdoors is always another story. And I do have a feeling it is just slightly too dark for my skin tone at the moment. I am going to pick up a tan soon. So guys, I will be back with another check-in. We are going to give this a good 10, who knows, maybe 12 hours today. Hopefully I can get to 12 hours, but for sure 10. And I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. So 8 hours later, I am still wearing the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation, and this is what my skin is looking like. I will say the forehead looks fantastic. The forehead is the place that it looks the best, but it is already, you know, showing signs of wear right here around my mouth. It did settle into the little smile line I have here. And then like right in here, I think it's because the oil is starting to come through. It is kind of breaking up apart. So it's kind of like settling into the pores. So this area doesn't look too great, but everywhere else looks nice. I mean, after 8 hours, this is the place that foundation tends to show its signs of wear anyway. But for being a serum foundation, for being a nice coverage foundation, I think this looks pretty good. Overall though, I think it's held up really well, but it still has a few hours to go. So I will be back at the end of the day for the final check-in of day 1. And then tomorrow, we're really gonna put this one to the test. So stay tuned. All right, guys, this is 12 hours of wear with the new Clinique. Let me grab it. The new Clinique foundation. I don't see a major difference between 8 and 12 hours, maybe just a little bit shinier on the nose. I still think the forehead looks pretty good, but yeah, like this is the area like that's really showing the signs of wear, but I've seen worse. So this foundation, it's pretty decent. I think I can see this being better suited for normal dry combination skin versus me that I'm more normal oily skin. And I definitely think, at least for me and my skin type, it's definitely one that I'm going to have to set down with powder, and that I'm also going to have to lightly touch up throughout the day, which I typically do normally when I'm not doing foundation reviews. I always just tend to blot or add some finishing powder, setting powder to my T-zone, since that is the oiliest place on my face. But I'm ready to take off my makeup. I feel like I have makeup on already, and so it's been 12 hours, so I guess, you know, that's half of the day. But this is how we're looking. You know, I thought it did fairly well. We're going to try it again tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to try this on its own tomorrow, though. I already know by looking at it today and how it wore today, I know that for me and on my skin type, this is going to need some help from my other products. It's going to need some help from the primer, which I'm going to try a different primer tomorrow. And it's definitely going to need help from the setting powder and perhaps a setting spray. So I am going to change up all of the products that I use tomorrow, but I am going to wear it with products tomorrow. I'm not going to wear it just on its own like I normally do for these foundation reviews, just because I can already gauge, I already know it's not going to go well for me if I just wear it by itself. So hopefully you guys can understand that. I know a lot of you out there, you like to see it by itself, and then of course paired with other products. But I can tell you right now, if I do that,
this foundation is just not gonna work for me. So just keep that in mind. If you are of a similar skin type to mine, it's probably gonna work best with your regular primer and setting powder and all that good stuff. And of course, tomorrow, I will let you guys know what products I am using on my face. I don't know if I'm gonna record like the application portion just because you guys already saw how this applied. So why am I gonna do it twice? But I'll definitely do a check-in, like a 1-hour check-in, so that you guys can see, you know, what it's looking like fresh faced. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, this is day 2 of me wear testing this new Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation with SPF 25. And this is how the skin is looking, I must say. Everything looks pretty good. Now, right now, I want to share with you some of the other products that I have on my face, just because I didn't get to film that portion of the video, but let me just tell you real quick what I'm wearing. So for primer, I went in with the Hourglass Veil Primer. This also has SPF of 25. This is a mineral primer that is also oil-free. So this is going to be a little bit more pore filling, as well as provide a somewhat matte canvas to start off with. Yesterday I did go in with a really glowy primer. And then for concealer, I'm wearing this new one from Makeup Revolution. This actually just went up on my channel today. So you all saw this video, or will see this video before you see this Clinique video. But this is their new Eye Bright pen, which is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer. So I have that on under my eye area. I have put a little bit here on my forehead and a little bit on my nose and on my chin. So I think that's mixing pretty well. And then for powder, I did set everything down with the Wet n Wild Photofocus Loose Setting Powder. That is one of my favorite setting powders. And then I do have a little bit of bronzer on. I went a little bougie today with the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, and I use Intensity 0.5. And then I did use a little bit of the Nabla Skin Bronzing Powder just to kind of set the cream bronzer down. And of course I have my brows, and that's about it. Oh, and I did use a little bit of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist just to set everything. And then once I get done with my eyes and my blush and all of that, then I'm probably going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter. So those are the few things that I did differently today. I am going to be filming a BH Cosmetics video today, so when you guys see me at my next check-in, again, you're going to see that I have 2 different eye looks going on. You guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for that video, which will be up on my channel this week. There is a giveaway, and I actually have 2 giveaways coming up really soon. So this is how we're looking. This is about an hour in. We're going to give this a good 10 hours today, and I will give you guys my final thoughts on this new Clinique foundation and how it's been wearing on my 38-year-old normal to oily skin. So stay tuned. Hey guys, this is the day 2 5-hour check-in with the new Clinique foundation. And yes, I realize I have a lot of highlighter going on. That is just because I filmed this look. This is my BH Cosmetics Travel Series look. And giveaway. Got a giveaway coming up, guys. You got to stay tuned for that. But I think the foundation is looking really, really pretty. This foundation applies really well, and it looks really pretty on the skin. But what I'm noticing, or what I noticed yesterday, is on me at least, it's kind of like the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. Like, I love that foundation. It's a beautiful foundation, but on me, it just doesn't last a long time. Like, it's by 6 hours, 7-hour mark, and it's already starting to go south. And I kind of feel like this Clinique one is going to be the same thing. I think for a serum foundation, it really is a fuller coverage than what I was expecting, and I like that. You know, I didn't have to add any or do any spot concealing, so I really appreciated that. And of course that it has the SPF. But I will be back a little bit later to give you guys my final thoughts, the final check-in of this 2-day wear test with this Clinique foundation. But right now, guys, I am definitely liking the way it looks, so I will talk to y'all in a bit. All right, guys, 2 days and 10 hours later, I have come to the end of this Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation with SPF 25. And this is how my skin is looking. Guys, I know my cheeks are really shiny. That is a highlighter. That has nothing to do with the foundation. This is that BH Cosmetics new highlighter palette. But overall, guys, I really like the finish of this foundation. It doesn't wear as long as I was hoping that it would. Like, it doesn't look as good at the maybe 5-hour mark to the 8-10 hour mark. But I still like this foundation for some reason, and I just go back to the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. That only gets me a good 6 hours, but I still like it. You know, it's just, there's something about those foundations, the way they wear on the skin, the finish, that even though it can't get you through the entire day, there's just still something about it that you like. And I think that is the Clinique foundation for me. For being a serum foundation, this definitely provides lots of coverage, and I think it wears pretty well for being a serum foundation. Usually, at least me, when I think of a serum foundation, I think of a really thin formula that may or may not last the duration of a workday. Right now, the signs of wear, guys, are mainly around the mouth area and right here on my nose. I did wear a mask earlier in the day, and I noticed a little bit kind of rubbed off, but I kind of just patted that down, and it seemed to kind of, alleviate that situation there. But the coverage is fantastic, and it's buildable. If you feel like you need to spot conceal in a certain area, don't go in with your concealer. Just get a little bit more foundation, dab it in that area, and you're going to be good to go. I think that the foundation having the SPF 25, I think that's fantastic. It says that it has vitamin C and salicylic acid. Those are two really important things in my skincare routine. I use vitamin C every single morning, and I use salicylic acid usually like every other day. The salicylic acid will help with breakout prone or blemish prone skin. And of course, the vitamin C is going to help brighten the skin. It is also going to help reduce the appearance of dark spots. And then what else does it have? Oh, and of course, it has hyaluronic acid. So again, another ingredient. I use hyaluronic acid every single day. And what that is going to do is just help draw in the moisture to our skin and just really keep our skin hydrated. Even us normal oily skin girls, we still need hydration in our skin. So I think Clinique did a good job with this foundation. I think if you have dry skin, I definitely think this is something that you're going to want to check out. If you're just a full on like a normal skin girl, I think you're going to love this. I think if you're more normal to oily and full on oily, this is definitely something that you're going to need to powder down and maybe go in with your favorite mattifying primer. But as far as it like holding up under a mask or lasting a good 12 hours, on my skin, it didn't last a good 12 hours. I mean, it still looks okay from a distance, but when you get up close and look in the mirror, yeah, you can see where the foundation is kind of breaking apart a bit, but the coverage is still there. So take this review for what it's worth. I hope it was able to help you out. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder here, and I think my skin looks pretty good, minus the major highlight I have going on. But the finish and the coverage is really, really good on this new Clinique foundation. I will say that the shade I got, which is WN16 Buff, is a smidge too dark for me. But with spring and summer coming up, I'm sure it'll become more of a perfect shade for my skin tone. Again, this retails for $42. It comes in 42 shades, and you can find it right now on the Ulta Beauty website, and of course at Sephora, and of course wherever Clinique products are sold, but I will definitely have it linked in the description box in case it is something that you want to check out. So guys, let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts over this new Clinique foundation. Is it something that you're going to be checking out? Are you going to pass? Definitely leave it all in the comment section down below. You know I love to hear from you guys, and you know I love a good foundation review. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.